Hi, everyone. It's Adriana Moniz.
Um,
I'm the CEO of Alma Publishing, and we are so excited today to have the contributors of Sacred Redesign. So, welcome, ladies. I'm just making sure that this is actually on Facebook. Oh, what do you know? It is. Yay! So,
Yay.
um, today we have Charlie and Shenenda in Australia, Dr. Tina Tickler Wilson. Where are you joining us from? New York City?
Outside of New York City yet?
Awesome. So we are launching here actually in just about an hour or so in Australia. So it's so great that we've got two Aussies on board. So first off, I would love for you just to tell us who you are and where in the world you are, why you said yes. So Charlie, let's start with you.
Hi everyone, I'm Charlie Fells. I'm in Australia, in Brisbane. So the sun is just about approaching, waking up over there. So I am really excited here. So I am a personal brand strategist. I'm a brand strategist, a visual designer, an educator, and I'm also the founder of Ostrich 180 Publishing. And this publishing house was born from, I saw this need of a modern approach to publishing. And so I've created this platform, this author platform for women to share their story, their stories, their movement, their message without rejection, validation, judgment, all that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about my publishing house. So what brought me to this book, I think, was when I first read the title, Sacred Redesign, and the byline, how to free yourself from society's expectation. And so when I saw that, I went, this is for me, this is me. And I think one of the most important things for me when I saw it was, I'm one of those people in the world that don't fit in. I felt like that for many, many years. I don't fit in. And so, I'm even, in the family, I'm the black sheep, and in social groups, I'm a bit different. And then the workplace, I break all the rules, or I ask too many questions and I rock the boat, apparently. So I just felt that this book was so perfect because I felt like I just fit. I fit into this book really well. So, yeah.
Yes, absolutely you do. Shenenda?
Hi, everyone. Hi, Adriana. Thank you for having me today. So my name's Shenenda Scott. I'm an angel medium and teacher and published author. I teach people how to remember and learn how to speak with their angels. I'm located in Sydney, in Australia, and like Charlie, it's actually pretty dark and gloomy out there. It looks pretty cloudy. I don't know if we'll get much sun today. So, wow, when Adriana contacted me about this opportunity, it was an instant yes for me. I've had the pleasure of working with Adriana before, and we've had some very, very incredible experiences together. The title of this book was an instant yes for me because I'm very, very passionate about supporting people to experience a remembering, an awakening, and a return to their own sacred relationship with the angels, and being able to heal from any of society's beliefs, expectations around what that relationship actually means, particularly people who may have had experiences within mainstream religion, or also within the modern New Age and spiritual community, which may have interrupted their sovereign relationship with the divine as they understand it. So it was an instant yes for me, and it's been very exciting to be a part of this journey.
Thank you so much. And Tina, tell us about you.
All right. So I am Tina Welsum. I live outside of New York City. I am a doctor of physical therapy, which means that I've spent most of my education and career focused on the body. And yet really what I think I have done most with people and what I have enjoyed the most with my students, my clients, my patients, my children, is the connection with the heart, the mind, and the soul that lives in the body, and then how the body then interacts with the environment around it, how you follow your passion with it, how you create abundance with it, and the relationships that you form, not only with yourself, but with everybody else. For me, the book, everything that Adriana ever asks me is usually always a big hell yes. So I'm learning to follow that and trust it. I love Derek's covers too, by the way. So that's always a hell yes. And for me, the term sacred was actually a struggle for me to get on board with, I will say. Not because I don't think things are sacred, not because I'm not spiritual. I grew up, I went to Catholic school, but I find myself more spiritual now, and I definitely connect with that. All day, every day. I usually say to my students, whether you believe in nature, nurture, both, whether it's God or, physiology or biology, I do believe in all of that. I do think for me, coming into my spirituality or letting it work with me was a challenge that I really did not, I think, fully embrace until the last couple of years. And I've been very fortunate to have some dear friends and mentors who kind of, I guess, held the mirror and showed me that it always lived there. I just wasn't accessing it. So I'm trying to call that into my more. And for me, I think the thing that was hard was when I thought of sacred, I have not felt like a sacred vessel in my own life. And so for me, redesigning that sacred space was really healing the trauma that I underwent and learning to see myself as sacred again so that I could then share that with other people. So I think it wasn't a kicking and screaming. It was a hard fought win for me to get to this place today. But I'm so grateful that I did, because it was a place that I was being guided to, and I'm glad I allowed it to come into my life and asked for help to get there, and took, the step to step into it finally.
So beautiful. And, obviously, as the title would imply, there's many people in this book that share about how they have redesigned their life, how they currently are, or how they support others in some aspect of this. So I want you to think about the chapter that you wrote and the main theme that comes through it. And if you were looking at every individual who has the opportunity to purchase this book today and tomorrow, what would you tell them? Why should they download this book? Why should they crack it open? What will they receive as a result? Go ahead, Tina. Go ahead.
I think that what is incredible about these collaborative book opportunities is that anybody who picks up this book is going to find a chapter that resonates with them, where they read it and they think, wow, that could be my story. And so it helps them feel not alone, and it helps inspire them to see what's possible for them. And then I think when they read the chapters that maybe they don't really match up with, because that hasn't been their lived experience or isn't a future that they can envision, it's going to allow them to do that. It's going to expand how they see other people, how they see the world, and how they see their own place in it. So I think it really is it's a guide for all of us to let go of the past, to live in the present, and to create the future that we dream of.
Beautiful. Shananda?
So when I was really sitting down to write my chapter of this book, it was really important to me that I shared some of my own personal story of coming from a place where I had really actually been very reluctant and quite triggered by angel teachings for a number of different reasons. And, to offer readers an opportunity to understand my journey, to see just how normal it is, how normal I am, how I don't have a very religious upbringing at all, nor was this something that I was born with. This is something that awoke overnight for me. So I really wanted to be very, very open about the experience of the very profound transformation, incredible life changes that have occurred as a result of this incredible relationship that I've developed with the angels. Also to do some myth busting so that people can relate to the angels in a different way from, you know, a lot of people are very triggered by working with angels. And so I really wanted to share some myth busting so that they could actually feel the thing that exists within your heart, which says, hang on a minute, that doesn't feel quite right. And there's something about that that feels a little bit off. And when they read this, they're going to have the opportunity to have a knowing and a feeling within them about the truth about the divine that is, it's within all of us. And I also wanted to include some very powerful guided and channeled messages from the angels that will offer some really profound love, support, and an invitation for any of the readers who, when they feel called, to begin this sacred relationship with the angels themselves.
Absolutely. That's one of the things that has stood out to me so much in my work with you. I think that it's this feeling that, oh, there's going to be some level of judgment or direction. And really what I found is there's just so much love that continuously pours from the angels. They absolutely adore us. And so I know that that's going to be felt in your chapter. Charlie, what about you? What's the reason people should pick up this book and read it? What are they going to get from your chapter?
I think it's reconnection. So I wrote about rejection, and I think a lot of us have rejection over our lives, and it's about what do you do with that rejection? And so for many years, it's like, you know, I had no, Charlie, you can't do that. No, we don't like that idea. No, we can't, you know, it's just this rejection. And I notice when I'm thinking about my redesign, you know, what did I actually do? And I actually, during the writing process, it just came to me, I was actually rejecting the rejections. I just rejected them all. And so I redirected my path, which, you know, a lot of growth and healing, and it was reconnecting to myself and my soul, and then redesigning. And then the most beautiful thing happens, you know, the redesigning on this new path that is your truth. That's where you are meant to be, you know. So I want people to look at this idea of rejection as a really positive thing, like really grab it and go, yes, thank you, because now I see it and I'm connecting with the divine. I'm redirecting, reconnecting, and redesigning. And so I'm just so, like, I'm getting goosebumps, because I think once I realized that and being able to share that and articulate that during the writing process, like, it was really challenging to write. It was very messy, this chapter. I was pulling my hair out going, it's not coming together. It was all over the place, but it allowed me to really, be really clear. What is all this about rejection? What was my experience? So I'm really hoping that people really connect to that and say, you know, when often you go in this spiral, when you're rejected over and over again, you can really go in this spiral. So, you know, it's not about it's the outer world, you know, it's not about their judgments upon you and, you know, all that sort of thing. So reject the rejection.
Yes, I love it. Well, I want to thank each of you for saying yes, for sharing your story. Until someone has shared their story, they don't quite understand the journey it takes you on. There's first an internal connection and transformation, and then it is an invitation to everyone who reads it. I encourage everyone to click on the link to download this book, and also to leave these ladies a 5-star review. The amount of wisdom and love that pours through the pages, not only is it going to give you this ability to envision and dream and lean into what's possible for you, you can see that everything in your life has actually led you to the perfect place, that not all is lost. You are so loved and supported. So may we experience heaven on earth today. May we remember that we have that ability. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here. I am celebrating you. Congratulations. And thank you for lighting up our world. Until next time, here's to redesigning in the most sacred